And you just got a little bit of pre-flight right there. We just pre-flighted with the members. If you become a member, you get the first 15, 20 minutes of us getting our stuff together, kind of like you just witnessed a second ago. But welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday. Semper Fi, my friends. We're live. We're hot. Got a lot of good topics to talk about. Birthday. It's birthday month, so expect some birthday discussion the rest of the month because it's just amazing. Again, 250 years. Amazing. Really is amazing. So welcome, everybody. Jake Austin. Boom. What's up, brother? Gunny's here. Get it. Carl Green. All right. We're getting started. We're getting hot. A lot of things to talk about. Topics I'll go over here in a few minutes once everybody comes in, gets comfortable. You got your drink. It's Wednesday. We haven't been on in a week. Was it last Wednesday? We were on. Was it a full week? Sunday, literally in the air during the live, landed, luggage, ride, and all that. Couldn't do it. Couldn't swing. Couldn't make it happen. So hopefully you saw the post, the community post to let you know. And then did a couple shorts. Haven't been doing short. Again, no excuse. What? Stop moving?
No, stop talking about it. You're on the move. That's just how it is.
On the move. Lay Cookie said it best. I keep talking about when the dust settles, he said, it ain't never going to settle. You ain't going to stop moving. David Bryant, what's up, brother? How you feeling? How's everyone doing? We're doing it, brother. Happy birthday again. Happy birthday to all the Marines out there. David Bryant, how you feeling? Adamy's just gifted myself some weights and a rack for my birthday. All right. You know what's crazy? I never had a home gym. But like, well, now I should, now that I'm retired, and it depends on where you are. You have access to the base gyms, but good on you. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. What's up, Guns? Gifting myself some weights. That's awesome. Good on you. I don't know if you remember during COVID, a lot of people were making home gyms because you couldn't go anywhere. Monopoly, those weight companies were tripling the price of dumbbells. Dumbbells used to be $1 a pound. 20-pound dumbbell, $20. They tripled it. All right. Carlos Diaz, good evening. It's been a minute since I last been on Semper Fi. Happy belated birthday, Jarheads. Happy birthday to you, Carlos Diaz. Good to see you. We're still here. D4, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. Chad Lewis, hey, Sergeant Major. Master Gun and Sergeant Lewis here. What's up, Master Guns? How are you doing? Good to see you. You're right on time. I'm telling you, it's going to be a hot show tonight. Eric Green, good evening, SFMF family. Perfect. What's the deal with the new screen? Says Jared. What screen? Is there a new screen?
Did we switch again?
Did we switch again? Last Wednesday, I sat over there. So yeah, we're just switching it up. And this was already set up? No, last Wednesday we did it here too. Come on, Jared. You're getting old. That's what it is. Maybe it's your eyesight because you're getting a little older. My recruiter had a sauna in the basement. David Bryant. Man. So I've seen them at Costco, like $3,000. Does that sound about right? 3,100, 32, a two-man sauna. As soon as we stop moving, as soon as we plant roots somewhere. Did you hear that? You don't have your headphones on. As soon as we plant our roots, I'm getting a sauna in my house. Love sitting in the sauna after a workout. Jason Picas, hey, Gunny. All right. JBMHH checking in. Good to see you, Jared. I don't like change. Jared, sometimes change is good.
It's not, Jared. Don't listen. He's
How many
lying.
thumbs or ears did you collect? All right.
Sometimes change when you're old.
Bryce Wilbur, what's up, Bryce? Good to see you. Present, Semper Fi. Happy birthday. The convo is in the middle instead of the side. Oh, really? How do you know that? Is that what it shows on your screen? Did you hear him? The conversation's in the middle, not on the side. I don't think we can control that. No, the typing screen.
Or is he on the,
Are you on your phone or laptop? Eric Green said it looks great. The typing screen is covering you. I think it might be you or your phone. Veteran, 22 out. I'm from Pennsylvania, Philly, where we were born. Lucky. Good on you. The YouTube screen setup is different today. It says Gunny East.
Maybe it was an update.
All right, maybe it's an update. The team is checking into it. Scar, man, I went from an old 1980s truck to a 2022, and I'm confused how to use half the things in it. I have a 2019. I don't think I know how to use everything in it as well. So 22, I'm sure there's some stuff you don't know yet. Read the manual. Who's going to read that thick manual? Conversation is no longer on the right side of the screen. It's in the middle of the screen. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. We'll check into it. She hasn't done the update. Randall Knapp, what's up, Randy? How you feel? Tactical relocation of an Okinawa license plate. Nice. All right. You see that? You know what it says? Icy cold ales. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your support. If you serve, thank you for your service. Jared, what? PD, I paid. Rohan says, are you ex-military? Hello from India. It's 6:40 a.m. here. Former military, we call it no ex, unless you were kicked out. That's when it's called ex. We're all former military and some active duty here, but yes, I am. Jared's going to adapt, everyone. Jared's going to adapt to the new look. Appreciate you. All right. Rohan, hello. Good to see you. Ethan, in your military experience, have you ever witnessed a UAP? I don't know what that is. Unauthorized something. I hope that's a legit question. Same on my phone, text covering your mug. What, oh, we definitely got to fix that. It's covering my mug. You can't see my face. We got to fix that right now. Still looks the same for Eric Green. I mean, for biggest regret. Okay, I'm telling you, it's coming in. All the Smitty, I see Thomas Shelby Paul being deployed. Lucky you. Where are you going? If you can tell us. Was that Jared said, don't start with me? WW2717. Good evening, everybody. USMC, Sergeant Major. Your son is. All right. Man, killing it. Y'all are killing it already. Trying to keep up. I'm a little slow. Love you. Thank you for your service. 250 years long. Many more. Grooming standards from Jacob C. Everson. Grooming standards. I like it. Thanks for the connection. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Rohan, did I miss it? Thank you for your service. Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah. Come on, Gunny. I'm not. All right. Johnny Rogers, Eric Green, Pogue. Welcome to DD214 member. All right, the DD214, love it. Those of you that don't know, you don't have one yet. That's when you get out of the service. You get a DD214. John Lopez, not beating around the bush. Are you messed up in the head, or did you make it out okay? Thanks for your service. Man, were you a Marine? All right. Hang out. A lot of new viewers tonight. Awesome. That is great. Please hang out with us for a little while and see exactly what it is we do here on this channel. It's. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not political. There's no drama. It's just members, community members helping each other out. Right. Took my truck in today. One more check on my truck. The AC, something, OMS, those guys are amazing. One more check on my truck, and it was a new guy. Kind of had a few minutes to talk to while I was waiting. And he asked, really, I heard you had a YouTube channel. What is it about? I was like, oh, how much time you got? I mean, it's a community of like-minded individuals, warriors, patriots from all over the world, just serving each other, continuing to serve, right? Older guys like us learn some lessons the hard way. I want to make it so you don't have to. Some lessons you're just going to have to learn the hard way, and you kind of need it, right? We've been there, late cookie. Sometimes you just got to learn the hard way. But But that's what the channel is about. So if you're new here, please hang out for a little bit, like and subscribe. I want to read this one about the JRTC. Jago, in the JRTC program, just got all my patches in the duty identifier tab. Supposed to be a good, big, larger compared to the flag, or is our uniform store just bad as usual? If you know, that is. So flags on uniform is one, it's an Army thing. So it sounds like you might be some sort of Army program. Marines don't put the American flag because there are rules like that. So if you have another badge or a patch, it cannot be larger than the American flag. So it gets a little tricky. The flag manual can prescribe, can detail that so you know your uniforms, you're wearing it properly or not. But Marines don't wear flags on a uniform. They're Johnny Rogers says he's recon. USMC 250 years, November 10, 2025, Semper Fi. 250 years, kicking butt and taking names. Yes, facts. Eric Green says it right there. Smash that like button. Please do. Like and subscribe. Again, everyone I talk to, I'm remembering to say it now and tell people about the channel, or if they say I follow you, are you subscribed? Some just aren't. Some probably scroll so much that, hey, if you like it, like and subscribe. Just helps us grow. Kool-Aid Man, what's your favorite MRE? Omelet with ham. Nobody liked that one. Loved the omelet with ham. And it was easy to get because nobody liked it. But you got to mash it up. You got to warm it up, and you got to have cheese no matter what. David Bryant, again, nailed it. All branches and guests are welcome. Please, love having all branches of service. We still haven't had a Space Force guy or girl, unless they're here and they don't say anything. But plenty of civilians and family members and supporters. Love it. Carlos Diaz, welcome to level 11. That was one exclamation point. No, it's at level 11. There it is, Carl Green. Come on, brother. Appreciate you. 10 SFMF gift memberships. Balasmeti got one. You better do something amazing, Balsetti. Balsetti. Cave Diver got one. You're cozy. Kevin Cheeseboro, Ed, Lil CJ, Cetus, Cletus, Keith Comier, and Name, NBD 831. All of you that just received that, please thank Carl Green in the comments. Hopefully you're here. Hopefully it pops up on your screen. You're like, what is this? And then check out the channel. Membership from Carl Green. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate you, brother. And just so you know, anyone's name in green, they can see that too, right? Name is in green, star by your name. That means you're a member, and you get exclusive access to the pre-flight before the main event, which sometimes can be pretty chaotic. So thank you, Carl. Again, thanks, brother. All right. Carlos Diaz says, if I waited, I could have got a free membership. Maybe, but don't take that chance. Hook it up. All right. Lil CJ, how's it going, Sergeant Major? This is Tebs. What's up, Tebs? Lil CJ, Christian J. Tebs. How are you? How are you doing? We're doing well. Please say hello to your whole family and hope all is well. And you made a good choice to not go back to that school. Right. Good on you. What are you doing now? That's what I want to hear. Thank you, Carl Green. Some Major Corps looking to replace Marpat anytime soon. No way in HE double hockey sticks. It's the best uniform. It really is. The Marpat, they studied it for 10 years, tried it, sent uniforms to infantrymen, engineers. We got to sample some in a field op. They put way too much time and effort into designing the perfect uniform, and I think it pretty much is is perfect. The Marine Corps doesn't have a lot of money to waste on uniform after uniform and try a new one and buy 10 million pair and then like the Army and ditch it. And now we want this one, the set. I can't even remember BDUs, all the different uniforms that all these, we can't afford to spend that much money. So we got to get it right. And that's what the Marine Corps did. Randall Knapp, sorry I missed pre-flight. Was at a work meeting, then physical therapy, but doing well with Ellie. Awesome. Glad you're here, Randy. Good to see you. Josh Gee, Moshi Moshi. What's happening? Jared, not playing favorites, injustice like supporting Marines, but there's a Master Guns that has a channel called Pogue Actual 1169. He's good to go, but he's no sergeant major. I'll check it out. I want to support our fellow Marine channels as well. Pogue Actual. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen somewhere, heard of it, or might have a short probably popped up in my feed, I'm sure.
Is he an old guy?
Is he an older guy? Old dude? I think I've seen it. I just remember the name, Pogue Actual. So maybe. I don't know. We'll check it out. Andrew. Okay, got it. Navy needs to phase out those blueberries. Yeah, I didn't like the blueberries. And if you notice, when they first came out, they also had blue suede boots to match. Oh, it was awful. Marines do more with less. Jim, Boch, I'm telling you. Vanilla Gorilla. God bless the Marines and my cousin serving for them currently. Awesome. And thank you. Yes, God bless all of them. Army wasted, WW2717, Army wasted $5 billion in taxpayer money on UCPs, then found out it was a totally incompatible with the desert environment in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm telling you, we can't afford to make mistakes like that. And I heard about Army has changed uniforms too many times. Randall Knapp, thank you, brother. Sent 5 gift memberships. Eric Green got one. All right. The nurse dad got one. Masked Patriot, Hunter Collins. Awesome, Randall. Thank you. And if any of you are here tonight, you just received that from Randall Knapp. Thank you, brother. Did you think American? Bob's here, 420 Network. Good to see you. I mean, I like to support. I don't mean injustice. Well, what's old? All right, Jacob, 4th Assault Amphibious Battalion, Norfolk, Virginia, JFB, JEB, Expeditionary Base, all trackers, all reservation stations, are first responders. Gunny Porter. Yes. If you ain't a tracker, you ain't she. You know what I'm saying. Hattie the Man. URAH, Sergeant Major. Jared says, the Master Guns looks young to me. I think he joined in early 2000. Oh, he's a boot. Shoot. Hurrah. I'm going to check it out. All right. Eduardo, that's some patriotic background. Hurrah. Shout out to Son Percy, Son Gouda, the best so far. All right. So welcome, everybody. Man, big crew tonight. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. And yes, thanks again, Randall. You guys that gift the memberships, thank you very much. Still working on, again, if we can plan a route, sit still for a little while, we'll do something more. All right. Hello from Finland. I love it when other countries come in. Hang out for a little bit. Let us know what you think. The 22nd MEU is currently off the shore of Puerto Rico. Wherever we're needed. That's where the MEUs go, hang out, and just wait for the call. That's what we do. Big Red, rah. Good to see you. Bob, I was still in boot camp 50 years ago. Rah. Old timer, you and Jared. Sergeant, did you happen to go through Marine Scout Sniper course? I did not. I would have loved to. That would have been fun. I didn't. I can't sit still that long to be a sniper. I just can't. I don't know if maybe that's the producer. Lay Cookie, can I sit still long enough to be a sniper? I would compromise our position because I can't sit still that long.
Been tested. You decided.
I can't. But a Marine that went in boot camp in 2000 has almost 26 years. I guess so, Jared. You look at it like that. If you joined in 2000, you've been in 26 years. God, 2000 doesn't seem like that long ago until you put it like that. Yeah. All right. Gimme good. Come from a Marine family. I want to ask you if one of your fellow Marines had issues abusing children, how would you react to that? I would definitely, just like any red-blooded American would react, that's wrong. Don't do it, and you should go to jail for it. Hey, Cookie, what are you talking about? Void. Revenant, no, but I did dabble in it for a little bit, a long time ago. Air Green, this is such a great family. I appreciate you guys so much. Helped me and my wife a lot when our young Marine was in boot camp. Thank you. Air Green, thank you, brother. Thanks for saying that. Man, I'm telling you, I really appreciate it. That guy I was talking to today at my mechanics shop, very interested, civilian. He's like, so what is it? What do you talk about? And he became a member just as we were talking. And he was just like, wow, really? Like what are you trying to sell and how you making money? And he was just on it. I said, well, we serve each other, right? Helping each other with lessons learned. We talked about this earlier, but helping share lessons that we learned the hard way. No need for you to learn those same lessons the same hard way. That's the last point we're going to talk about in leadership lessons. But he said, does your community, he said, well, you got a lot of followers. Does your community get involved in it? I said, that is the channel, the community. So it is great, and I appreciate you saying that. The kid I met today, Lance Corporal, Villanueva era, came up to me at the gym. Sorry to interrupt you, work out, but just want to let you know I watch your channel. I said, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. Shook his hand. He's like, no, you don't understand. I've been watching it for a while before boot camp. You helped me through boot camp, just the stuff you guys talk about on the channel. That's what it's all about, man. That's really what this is all about. So appreciate you guys. Oh, like I said, hell no, because I fidget too damn much. What? Never heard that before. Lil CJ, we'll talk about that on another time. But yes, what are you doing now? If you said it, I missed it. Please let me know again. Didn't like seeing you when you had to leave. I would have liked to have done one more year with you. You guys are great family. All right. Here he is, John McJunkin and crew. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the lateness, but we had a technical issue. We kind of had one in the beginning also. No, it wasn't a technical issue. I just wasn't ready. Good to see you, McJunkin. Here we go. I'm going to go over the topics right now so you guys can get ready. We've already had an exciting show up to this point. A lot of new viewers right now. Hopefully they become, they subscribe and subscribers and become members. It's been great. I can't see the trolls, if they're out there, the band hammers must be on it. Not too many trolls. I think maybe trolls are figuring it out that they're not welcome anywhere. Their stuff is old and tired. The dude, Ross R. Major, was very humble experience meeting you this morning. Didn't want to interrupt your workout. There he is, the dude, Lance Corporal Villanueva. Thanks for being here, brother. And no, I try to tell everybody every time, if you ever see me, I don't want someone to come on and say, hey, I saw you yesterday. I didn't say anything, but please say something. And we took a picture. I took a picture with the dude. And we'll get it up somewhere sometime. We're thinking about going, what's it called on Wednesdays? StreamYard, so we can post those. And I try to get a picture with everyone I meet on the street so we start posting those. But thanks motivated Marine. Happy birthday, the dude. Appreciate you saying something. All right. Ganisa said, yes, they're doing more recon than scout snipers now. Lil CJ's becoming a pilot in college, just about to graduate from high school with my general education completed. Awesome. Congratulations. Good on you. Happy for you. Really happy for you. Proud of you. Nice work. We had some good times. All right. Hunter Collins, good to see you too. Okay, here's what we're talking about. Masked Man. Let's talk about him. Yo, I watched you for a while. I'm an LE1 MCJRTC, and I want to listen to the Marine Corps, and you're inspiring me so much to do so. Masked Man, thank you again. Exactly what we're talking about right there. And I mean, we're going to try and continue this in bigger and better things, like making downloadable guides on how to become a guide in boot camp. So good to hear that we are all on the right track. And it's not just me and the production team, it's all of you. Look at the comments, look at the crowd. All right, man, Semper Fi, everyone. Happy birthday, Marines. John McJunkin and Crew's ready. Sounds good, Sergeant Major. Let's go. What are tonight's topics? First one is always blessings to all of you. Anyone going through any kind of physical therapy, pain, trouble, money. If you're in a season, our church always calls it, you might be in a season. That's not a good thing. It's a bad season that you got to power through, and you got to trust in Him, right? You got to pray about it. Prayer works. In fact, we're meeting with some Mormons here pretty soon just to learn more about all religions, right? And everyone's belief in Jesus, God, the everything about it. So blessings to you all. Seriously, thank you all for being here, and God bless our Marines, anyone in harm's way right now. God bless the Corps and Chesty Puller. So anyone need prayers? Again, we pray for our community all the time. Topics: Wichita, Kansas. Never been there before. We were there this past weekend at the 250th Marine Corps Ball celebration with the maintenance debt, I&I Station, and the Marine Corps League, the Military Order of the Devil Dogs, and some Marine Corps Leaguers. There was everywhere from young Marine Lance Corporals. Did you see any PFCs? Of course, all the family members, the detachment, some I&I Marines, Reservists, Marine Corps Leaguers. And it was amazing. It truly was amazing. I'm going to get into that just a little bit. And Kansas was great. Wichita, Kansas was great. Duty as a punishment, we're going to talk about that. Does duty get assigned for punishment? And I'll tell you the dangers in that and why I believe personally that it should never be assigned as a punishment. Duty, took on duty NCO in the barracks, staff duty NCO or officer of the day, whatever they call it. And some units call it a little bit different, but it's that 2 Marines minimum on duty 24/7. So in the middle of the night, kind of a fire watch, but you're at duty. And then saluting protocol. And this came up because I saw a short from an Army guy. I think he was in both. He was the driver and he was the gate guard, one of those shorts where they play both parts. But he pulled up, he was in his POV, he was in civvies, and the gate guard said, all right, sir, have a good day, whatever. He's like, aren't you forgetting something? Or no, he said, hey, my wife rolled through here yesterday and you didn't give her a salute. He's like, that's right, sir. He's like, well, why not? She's my wife, I'm a lieutenant. He's like, well, according to Army manual such and such, he quoted the protocol, saluting protocol manual. It says we salute officers. He's like, all right, good to go. Yeah, I'll be talking to your CO about that. And they said, very well, have a good day. And the lieutenant asked the guard, aren't you forgetting something? He's like, no, sir, have a good day. It was a skit. Oh, yeah, no, 100%. It was a skit, but it was a message about their saluting protocol, right? So there's a message in there as well. And according to their manual, because the officer was in civilian clothes, he didn't salute. That's their protocol. We're gonna talk about that, the Marine Corps specific, but that was pretty funny. And then poor leadership. This is content I got from talking to Annie Benani this morning, again, about, and it reminded me of a story when I was a young Marine, PFC, Lance Corporal, I don't remember, in the field, Lake Cook, you might have been there. We were freezing our you-know-what's off, and the company gunny rolls in. He was an old Vietnam vet, excuse me, company gunny. And he has a mug of coffee. Man, we could smell it and we could feel the warmth coming from his mug. And somebody had the courage to ask him, "Hey, Gunny, can we get some hot coffee?" And he just went off. He said, "God damn, you ain't getting no damn coffee. When I was a young Marine, we didn't get no coffee." And drinking his night just warmed his whole body up. "You ain't getting it. I never had it, so you ain't getting it." What kind of weak, poor leadership is that? Was he trying to lose our respect? Right? Because we weren't fearful of the company gunny, and he wasn't this leader. We just hated him now. So it's you do those things for your Marines because now you're in a position where you can. Right? I didn't get hot coffee when I was in the field. I was a Lance Corporal, so I'm going to make sure when I'm a company gunny, I'm going to ensure that I get everyone some hot coffee. That whole leadership thing. And if we run out, guess who ain't getting a cup? Me, because they deserve it. They need it. So it's leadership lessons. And I say this all the time. You learn a lot from good leaders, and the majority are good leaders. So those lessons are all over the place. You learn just as valuable, or if not more valuable, lessons from poor leaders, right? Just dealt with it for the last 4 years. Things not to do is clearly a way of increasing your level of leadership. You gotta learn from both. So don't just dismiss, "Oh, he sucks, he's a poor leader." Yes, that may be true, but also take from it. Right? And hopefully he or she changes. Hopefully they get the picture. When there's many indicators of poor leadership. There's not bad units, there's bad leadership. Right? Every unit has the potential to be the very best in the world. But if it's bad, it's not because the unit is bad, it's because the leadership is bad. People don't leave bad units, people leave bad leaders. Boom. Right? So if your retention is terrible, you got people leaving your organization a lot, time to look. Time to look within. All right. Ben R. Good evening, Sergeant Major. Just graduated from OCS on Saturday and currently on day 3 of TBS. Congratulations, sir. Appreciate the help and advice from the community and would love to answer any questions anyone has. Good on you, Ben. Appreciate you. Exactly what this channel is all about. Ben, everyone hear from Ben. Graduated OCS, day 3 of TBS. Officer Candidate School is the first one. Then you go to TBS, the basic school for officers. And there's prior enlisted in both those courses as well. So if you're enlisted right now, I had another former cadet ask me, "Hey, I'm thinking about going enlisted." He's in college. He's on his way to becoming an officer, asked about the enlisted commissioning program. Can I commission after I become enlisted? So right there, Ben, thank you, brother. And please, I'll let y'all talk amongst each other. That's where all the knowledge comes from. Awesome. Right there from Gunny. Good stuff, LTR. I'm in the area too. All right. Uh-oh. Is that Kimi Kimi Cocoa Puffs?
Hi.
Kimi Kimi Cocoa Puffs in the house.
Literally.
Literally. All right.
Thank you.
True Patriot. What's up, Rick Knight? Random Milliot. Hey. Deuces. Oh. Do it. Guess who that is?
My Bucky Band-Aid.
I see that. What's the deal with Bucky's? Is Bucky's all that?
Uh-oh, Jared said Kimmy's here. I didn't change my picture. Give her a minute, Jared. She'll unlock
Jerry,
my
she
phone.
said,
I'll be the judge in that.
All right.
Here's your
Rick, now big respect to you, sir. I appreciate you. I see you have a lot of wisdom and experience. Again, I'm getting it more and more from this channel. So appreciate you saying that. But that's what this channel is all about. David Bryant. I hated Hooray for me and F for everyone else. Or do as I say, not as I do. Okay, got it. Had to redo that one a minute, David Bryant. But that is it. That I'm telling you, do as I say, not as I do. Screw everyone else, but do as I. I'm telling you, just poor leadership. That's what I was explaining to Annie Benani this morning. Is like, and when I saw that, I was just a fire team member. I remember I was real young, but I was like, man, when I become a fire team leader, I can't wait just to take care of these Marines, get them whatever I can. And then that's like not enough. Then I want to be a squad leader so I can take care of a whole squad, right? Then I got that bug. I want to be the platoon sergeant so I can take care of the whole platoon and get them that coffee or get them ice when it's hot out in the field that you just don't normally get. That's what leadership is. And when you don't experience it, when you see the other way around, no, we ain't getting a ride to the field. You're going to walk. I had to walk did you like it? Did you like being in the field with no hot coffee? No. So why would you make someone else suffer through that? So that's at the end, McJunkin. So try and save that one because that's some good stuff. Oh, there's Jared. Oh, Kimi's here. I didn't change my picture. All right. Butter bars. Where's the boot lieutenant? He's a lieutenant, though. Hurrah. All right, John McJunkin. I remember the very first time we talked, it was over a video you showed on poor leadership, where a recruit was in dire need of utilizing the head, and the DI said no and didn't care. Who is that drill instructor? So I want to equate DI leadership to Fleet Marine Force leadership. They do coincide. They're similar, but that's after you train them to be a Marine. So there's some sticky situations where you do as a drill instructor you wouldn't do as a leader of Marines. These are still civilians, right? Recruits getting ready to be Marines. But that's funny. You remember that one. He told you didn't have to snap your fingers. It's okay to just don't snap your fingers. Josh Morris, is that a military Japanese license plate? It's not military. It's your typical Japanese license plate. That one's from Okinawa. Military or Americans had a Y where the kanji is letting people know it's not really, doesn't really stand for Yankee, does it? The Y? It does? Yankee, Y for Yankee. That just let everyone else on the road, you're not Japanese. It was a Y, big Y. Oh, on that side. Where that he is, the happy face. It's a Y. E, I think, was for government. Oh, Europe. Oh, so there's either a big E there for Europe, European, or a Y for Yankee, American. Oki plate. Okinawa. We love Okinawa. Notice the year on the Japanese plate in Oki in 1988.
Oh, it is for export.
It's for E is for export. Oh. 1988. Who could have been in Japan in 1988? That's a long time ago. Lei Cookie. That's who was there. Lei Cookie. Okinawa plate. Big Red. I'm telling you, love some Okinawa. Every now and then you hear people, I hated it. It was rock. Couldn't wait to leave. Every now and then you see. All I want to ask those people is, where did you go? Did you get out? Did you visit the beaches? Red beach, white beach? Did you snorkel? Did you live out in the community? Did you enjoy the I'm telling you, those people are great. The best hospitality in all the countries I've been to, way better than American hospitality. They're awesome. All right, John McJunkin, question for all the future Marines there. Why do you want to be a Marine? That's good. Guns, that's good. I like it. Yeah, Gunny asked. We're asking John McJunkin's crew now. That is awesome. Let's hear it. Look it from the producer, everyone. Stop what you're doing, read it. Christmas is around the corner. Get your shopping done with Mike's Biz. Check them out at ancmetalworks.com. Oh, you can't see this one. Can you see this one? Oh, you can see the American flag. You can't see the We'll move around for next one so you can see the Semper Fi, my friend, Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the round one. That one's amazing as well.
Twisted you.
What'd Jared say?
I'm not sure. I'm twisted.
Yeah, sure. What did Jared say? Jared bust me out? We're Yankees. Jared, yes, I'm on to you, Sergeant Major. Hello. Hello. Boot 87, Okie 88. I joined way after the 80s. Who told you that nonsense?
You just said it, crazy.
You're close, but you're off by a year. I just might be the oldest one. No, there's a couple. Maybe. You may be right, Jerry. You may be right. Okinawa, best beaches, Randall, I'm telling you. People don't know. Clean water, a little cold. Spent a lot of time in Hawaii, so everything's cold to me. But it was great. Jared was 4 in 76. Mike said not low enough. Oh, Jared, not low enough. Yeah, so he was a year off. All right. Here it is. Look at from John McJunkin, Adam East. You just kicked a hornet's nest here just now with everyone trying to give me the reasons. That's awesome. That is it. We've never asked them. They have questions. Adam East nailed it. Why do they want to be Marines? That's such a great question. I was making podcast notes for when we do start having guests, and that's obviously one of them. Why the Marines? Why enlisted? Why officer? Whatever you did, but everyone has a different story why they chose the Marines. Not everyone, but there's a lot of different stories on it. Big Red, my recruiter promised me I'd be a commandant if he knew. I don't know what that means. All right, little CJ, Tibbs. I don't want to be a Marine, but if I did, the biggest thing I would love about is the brotherhood. When I went to MCGRTC, the brotherhood was what made everything worth it. Amen, CJ. It really is, and it's unmatched. The brotherhood. I'm sure all the services have it, especially special forces have it. But every single Marine for 250 years is already tied to a brotherhood and a sisterhood, no matter what. Going into Wichita, Kansas, it felt like where I had been there 100 times. That's just how Marines are when they're around each other. It truly is amazing. It isn't, and it'll never go away. You see a Marine on the street, you do that look first, and you URAH each other, Semper Fi Marine. And then if they're about the same age, you like to do that. Were you here? I was here. And you do the duty stations and places. I know you from somewhere. And you, a lot of times you probably don't. Just being a Marine, you know that Marine somehow, some way, you shared misery just at different times. That's what creates that brotherhood, that camaraderie that lasts forever. That's what I talked about at the Wichita Ball was camaraderie, the evolution of camaraderie. Starts again when you're growing up about the being selfless, right? Being a team player with your family if you have siblings. Then in high school, group projects, if you play sports, right? There's no I in team. You strip that away from you, but it's not a lifestyle yet until you get to boot camp or OCS. Now it's a lifestyle. You don't have any choice. That's why in boot camp, you don't say I or me. It's this recruit because they're stripping that selfishness from you. And then it becomes second nature. 13 weeks of that just becomes second nature. So when you do get to the fleet or your MOS school, it's us and we. You take I out of your vocabulary. Yes, you can use it then, and there's obviously appropriate times you would, but it's the camaraderie that just enhances itself from boot camp to the fleet to after the service. So still feel like I know all of you. Because you're Marines or you have something to do with the Marine Corps, there's some affiliation that we all have. I'm telling you, it's truly amazing. All right. Eric Green's taking off. Have a good evening. Eric Green, thanks for being here, brother. Take care. We'll see you Sunday. We're on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. Yep. Mark Hankins, what's up, Mark? Went everywhere in Okinawa. Advanced Patty. I did mine in, did I do it in Okinawa? No, Hawaii. The Seawall, Yakisoba. Los Angeles Community College. I didn't know they had that. Night dives, underground pistol course, under gymnasium. Japanese people were very respectful. And if you're going, if you ever go back, visit. There's ruins, there's tunnels, there's all of that stuff there, and it tells the story of World War II, and it's pretty amazing. All right. Embrace the suck, suffer in silence. Amen, Big Red. That's a huge leadership tool right there as well. You're doing it. You're in the field. It's raining. You're miserable. You haven't had a hot chow in 3 days. You embrace that, right? You suffer in silence, and then talk about it later on a show like this. All right. Jared, answering a question. I didn't see the question, but he says, it's near impossible to turn your Marine off. Just ask the guys that have been out for a long time. You just don't turn it off. So I talked about it before too. People say, let it go, man. You're not a Marine anymore. Well, first of all, yes, we're a Marine till we die. And then in the afterlife, we're still Marines. So you just don't turn it off. And I relate it to a painter or a golfer or any profession that you do for a living. When you're done, you're a mechanic in the Marine Corps, your entire 30 years a mechanic. When you get out, are you supposed to stop being a mechanic? Right? Or again, a house painter, you're going to stop painting houses after you leave that job? It's what you do. That's not a good relationship. Golf. We'll use golf. No.
Could you see Ruckus's comment?
See which one?
Ruckus.
Ruckus. USW. Good evening, Sergeant Major. A Marine who's Air Force captain now going to the ball this weekend to enjoy 250th birthday. What's up, brother? Good to see you again. And I'm guessing you've been to a ball as a Marine, but now you're going as an Air Force captain. Good on you. Congratulations and happy birthday. By the way, that's awesome. All right, John McJunkin has an answer. Overwhelming answers, but here are some of the big ones. Love the country. And the question was, what made John McJunkin's crew, what makes them want to be Marines? Love of country, toughest training, earning the swag, to be the best, the uniform. That's funny. Those are all the reasons why I joined the Marines. But it is. And what a great question. Josh Morris, my grandfather is Japanese and served in Alpha Company, 101st Battalion, 100th Battalion, 442nd Regiment Combat Team, U.S. Army. Go for broke. All right. Awesome.
The 442 in Hawaii?
442, are they in Hawaii? Sounds familiar, huh? 442nd? I don't know. Randall, traveled island, Naha, Northern Training Area, NTA. I spent a lot of time in NTA. Chuck, funny. No, you're not a Marine anymore. Cute. Randall, locked and cocked, ready to rock. Always be Marines. And again, that's one of our many, many slogans. Once a Marine, always a Marine, but it's true. And you don't join the Marines, you are a Marine. Right? A soldier is in the Army. Airman is in the Air Force. Marines are the Marine Corps. All right. Simple. Those are simple things, but we take it extreme. Right? Marines are fanatical. Where you at the ball. Marines are fanatical about being Marines. And that's what makes us the best. Little CJ, I have to go too. I'll see you, Sergeant Major. It was nice catching up. You too, CJ. Again, congratulations, brother. Keep up the great work. Tell the family we said hello and keep getting after it, man. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work. And hang out with us Sundays too, Wednesdays and Sundays.
You don't have time Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you better be busy on Sunday. How are your studies going, by the way? All right. All right, we ready for the first topic? Have I been rambling too long already? Probably, says the producer. Captain Thirst said, my dad was a Marine. Your dad is still a Marine, Captain Thrust. A Marine will never say X or used to be. Amen. Big Red, have you ever heard a Marine say, I was an ex-Marine?
WW27.
Family members,
You had the chance, you really would have loved going to Army SAP, of course.
WW2717. Yes. Think you had the chance, you really would have loved going to Army Sappers course. I think I would have too. I think we talked last time I did the mini course at First EEB. And I did. I always wanted to go Fort Leonard Wood, right? The Sappers course. I wanted to. Just never worked out time wise, but I think I would have loved it too. Army engineers are pretty bad mamma jammas. They're good. But Big Red, yeah, Marines don't say ex-Marine. Again, family members do. Usually a couple of generations far removed. My grandpa was an ex-Marine. No, he's a Marine. All right. Are we a cult, Big Red? Maybe, but we love this warrior's breed. Yeah. All right. Here we go. One more from John McJunkin, then I'm gonna talk about the ball. I want to show you the coins. Adamis, if you're asking why I enlisted, it's due to the fact that I thought I was entering a movie theater to watch a movie. Turns out it was the Marine Corps recruiting office. Gotcha. That's a good one. Free movies, free food. Nope, sucker. All right, the Wichita Ball. We went to in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. Never been there before. It was the maintenance debt reservist. I staff was there. The first sergeant and his chief warrant officer. Obviously, the first sergeant puts the ball together. That's kind of where some more content that I want to discuss. The behind the scenes of putting on a Marine Corps birthday ball celebration. It ain't easy. It takes time and effort and attention to detail. Somebody already mentioned, but the crowd there was just again amazing. From the Lance Corporal to the the Korean War veteran was there, staff sergeant, drill instructor. He was motivated. He was the oldest Marine present. And then everyone in between, the military order, the Devil Dogs, the Marine Corps League, all the reservists. I'm telling you, it was just truly amazing. We felt like family. We were welcomed in from the moment we got off the airplane to leaving 2 days later. I'm telling you, it was an awesome experience. The ball itself, amazing. And again, we've been to a lot. You can imagine how many we've been to in that 45-minute period are pretty much exactly the same. And that's protocol. That's our commitment to tradition. From the marching on the cake, the sword detail, the guest of honor, the oldest, youngest Marine, all that stuff is it just re-greens you. And then after the mingling, the dancing, the just hanging out with Marines on any birthday, but especially this one, 250th, it's truly amazing. Some of the swag. Check this out. This is the coin. I like the size. I like that it's a different shape. Producer, tell me if that's a good shot. Can you see that? Am I holding it right?
I can't see. Sorry. That's good. That's good.
Awesome. That's what their state flag, recruiting. The reservist station. Just an awesome, awesome coin. The Marine Corps League debt. Those guys again. Huh?
Your hands look waterlogged.
Welcome us in. Here's the guest of honor gift. I don't have the other one with me right now, but look at this baby right here. From the United States Mint, a 250th silver dollar, 99.999% silver. The 250th. I'll show you the back. Of course, the back has an eagle, globe, and anchor. Just an amazing time from start to finish. They did a raffle at the end and a silent auction. There's this poster there, the flag raising of Iwo Jima, signed by Marines on Iwo Jima. They didn't sign it on Iwo Jima, but obviously years later, even up to 1995.
Tell that story. They all had a reunion.
They had a reunion in 1990. So the owner of the print got some signatures, and he had written on there the 5 Marines and a sailor that raised the flag. Joe Rosenthal signed it, the photographer of the photo. And then over time, he got signatures of some of the Marines and sailors that were there. I'm telling you, you could just tell by their handwriting. It was era. And then in 1995, they had a reunion, 45 to 95, so a 50-year reunion where he got a whole bunch more. It had to be 100 signatures on there. And it was a big frame matted poster. It was amazing. And someone's son at the ball won the bid, purchased it for his father. Awesome. Just what an amazing story. The oldest Marine present, Staff Sergeant, I don't remember his age, but Korean War veteran. So, he had to be close to 90. Wes. His name was Wes. He walked with the cane, but he walked. He walked up to receive the piece of cake and hand it, but just watching him walk, and I was standing up there and they were going over what the information of the cake and who gets the piece and why we're up here. Just looking at this Marine, man, close to 90 years old, standing there, Korean War veteran with the Lance Corporal. And the Lance Corporal was holding his arm, holding his hand, just for stability. But what a sight. Man, I wish, and thinking that, of course, after the fact, I hope somebody got a picture of that. Just the two of them standing there, a 20-year-old and a 90-year-old, both Marines, celebrating the 250th birthday together, right? And that camaraderie, that band of brothers, the brotherhood was there. Generations and generations in between these two, celebrating the birthday together. I'm telling you, I was getting choked up just looking at them, listening to the narrator, like, man, in the presence of a hero. Like, I'm stuttering now. Amazing. Those of you who've been around us for a little while, I have a special era for Korean War veterans. They're all warriors. They're all amazing. But fighting, not just surviving in 50 degrees below freezing temperature, 50 below zero. Not just surviving in that, and I'm talking just living, being able to sleep, eat, breathe, walk, and they're fighting in that temperature. And he made it out. Oh, man. All right. John McJunkin. Our guest of honor at the 250th ball celebration from John McJunkin and crew was Gunny Grainer, who was one of our Way City Marines during the Vietnam War. Wow. Way City guns. I didn't know that. Congratulations, brother. Thank you, and welcome home. Amazing. You guys are fortunate, very lucky. That is awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is just an amazing time of year. And time of our core. It's amazing. It really is. Can't say enough about it. I don't want this month to end, but luckily we have another ball to go to. Lucky we get to go to another ball. Awesome. Someone said, about the coin. The last coin is just shy of $100. Seriously? Silver dollar? It's priceless to me. Jared says, so you're saying Mrs. Sergeant Major's fidget spinner is the Sergeant Major? Maybe. Sometimes it annoys her a little bit when I move. Sometimes. Not often. Michael, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. Amen. Love John 3:16. Jesus Christ is King. 2 Timothy 1, chapter 1, verse 7. Keep strong, brother. Shipping out to Fort Benning, Georgia, 68 whiskey. Thank you for serving, my friend. Thank you, Fett. Get after it, brother. Shipping out to Fort Benning, Georgia, 68 whiskey. I don't know what. I know 11 Bravo is infantry. What's 68 whiskey? Thank you for serving, brother. The Frozen Chosen, Randall, I'm telling you. What is it?
Combat medic.
Oh, combat medic. Combat medic specialist. Good on you. another MOS we can't do without. Jared says, well, Sergeant Major doesn't do zombies in the podcast, so. Oh, zoomies. It doesn't do zoomies in the podcast, so I think we're safe until he does. I don't know what a zoomie is. What does that mean?
Trust me, Jared.
Oh, yeah. Not during the podcast. I'm calm during the podcast. Right? My feet are duct taped to the chair so I can't move them. Next is going to be my arms. Ben, Ra just went from enlisted to officer, graduated OCS last Saturday. Glad to see you're still doing this. Congratulations, Ben. Oh, we talked earlier. Yes, awesome. Ben, congratulations, brother. And if anyone here on the show, McJunkin, John, check your crew. Look what he did. Went from enlisted to officer, graduated OCS last Saturday, and he's going to TBS, the basic school. So good question, because I'm telling you, Ben, a lot of soon-to-be Marines or thinking about it, they always ask, should I go enlisted, should I go officer? Easy. I can talk about the enlisted life all day long. And what I know of the officer community, and I think it's pretty significant for being in for so long and dealing with a lot of officers. Dealing with a lot of officers. I didn't mean it like that. Working with a lot of officers, a lot of great officers, some bad ones too. I can give the perspective of an enlisted Marine, but what better way to hear it from someone like Ben, went from enlisted to officer. Again, congrats, Ben. That's awesome. Jonathan Castillo, hello, sir. God bless you and the family too. Amen. Amen to you, brother, and God bless you. Thank you. Pray for all Marines and veterans, please, says Kate. Awesome. All right. John McJunkins. The Gunny has been and still is a great leader, mentor, friend, husband, father, businessman, volunteer, employer, and yes, still a hard-charging Marine. He's got to be to put up with you, John, so I know he's got what it takes to survive you guys. Congratulations, Guns. Man, again, nothing but legacies here. Legends. Nothing but legends here. Awesome. It was like being at that ball in Wichita, Kansas. Those guys are amazing. The vice mayor was there, great dude, and his wife. Just I'm telling you that I can't say enough about every single one of them there. If we had more time, we'd still be in Wichita, Kansas. We came at a good time of year. They were all saying the weather was great. Loved everything about it. And the work that goes into a ball, that's kind of where I wanted to shift it to also. Let me read a couple comments, and then I will. God bless you, and thank you for your service. Sending love from Scotland, United Kingdom, from Jack. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. God bless you. Thank you. October slots. I am not a veteran, however, I did sign up for a selective service system in 1979. Also, my deceased old man was a Korean War veteran, USMC. Semper Fi to him. Hopefully he's resting in power, and good on you. Everything happens for a reason. You're a huge supporter and you're part of the family. Appreciate that. Again, real quick, what goes into setting up a Marine Corps birthday ball celebration? A good time to start is June or July. At least 6 months out from November 10. Or sooner, later? Oh. Jack, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Big green box popped up. You see that? Thank you. So just know, those of you who are putting together your ball for next year, start now. And the things you can do.
Any great event is like that. As soon as you're done, we're already
Yeah, as soon as you're done, you're already planning the next one. So it's you're still enjoying the aftermath of the masterpiece that you just made of that ball. But don't be afraid. I don't even, afraid's not the right word. Start right now with the two biggest things are the venue and the guest of honor. Right, starting out, give those both those, they give the place a heads up and get in while it's hot, especially if you're in a community that doesn't have a lot of venues, or even in a big venue, not a big venue, an area like Camp Pendleton or Camp Lejeune, where there's tons of units doing them. They're all looking for that best venue. So you get in there while it's hot, reserve that date, right? Find out what date you can have it. Lock on the date, lock on the guest of honor. But do that early. Yeah, do that early. All right, John McDonough said, I told you, and Gunny, before my time was cut short due to my turf toe. Otherwise, I might have retired a master gunnery sergeant. I think so too, John. I think so. I can see you being the duty expert. Jared, the Marine Corps is truly full of unsung heroes. Jared, amen. I'm telling you, talking to two other Marines at the ball, they were part of the ball committee setting up. Again, the ball committee, the extra effort that they got to go into weeks out, rehearsals the day of, dress rehearsal the day of. A lot of work goes into it, and all the other members just show up, and it's all set up. Oh, this is nice. No, not yes, it's nice because we put blood, sweat, and tears into making it nice. So ball attendees that never been on a ball committee, find the ones who were in the committee and just say thanks, man. Thanks for what you did. Beautiful ceremony. Appreciate you, all the hard work that you put into it. The first sergeant or sergeant major, depending on the size of the ball. Thanks, First Sergeant. Great event. Boom. That's not that they need that or they want that, but just show your appreciation for it. Pretty amazing. Carlos Ramirez, you like that flag? ANCmetalworks.com. Lay Cookie, you still around? Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. ANCmetalworks.com. Small veteran-owned business from a veteran, a Marine era. Amazing. I showed it. Look back in the video. There's another one on this side that is Semper Fi, my friend, the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the round, very common one. You typically says United States Marine Corps. That's a Semper Fi, my friend. All right, Jack says, you're very welcome. I recently also signed up for Help for Heroes. I paid €10 a month. It's not much, but it's something. As always, be inspired by the Army. If it wasn't for the UK, U.S. Army, we wouldn't be here. Amen, Jack. Yeah, absolutely. And anything you give to any organization like that is a lot. And it means a lot, and it goes a long way. Absolutely. Ruckus. Ruckus. Best advice in the world right now. No drinking before the ball if you're on sword detail. Anywhere if you're the cake escort, don't maybe have one, but don't pre-flight too hard if you're in the ball ceremony. You're standing there for a while. You're doing some stuff. You have to perform. So no, you pre-flight after the ceremony's over. That's when you're free to go. All right. All right. Yes, Laco, good. You saw it, Carlos. I'm telling you that the flag's amazing. Finally, for the longest time, we were our old studio, if you will. It didn't have the opportunity to get some lighting on it because it looks even twice as good with the light shining on it. That paint is amazing. Metallic paint. Le Cookie, what is that? It does. All right, where we at? How we looking on time? The ball was good. Let's see, who haven't we heard from a while? And Carrie Ann Marie Potts, yes, I saw your comment. You're in Canada, A. We haven't seen you. Ray from Queens is working. I always know Ray will be able to watch this at a later date. Ray, Semper Fi, brother. Happy birthday. And Doc. Doc was on some comments today, too.
Was he on the pre-flight? Was he there for a minute?
No, Doc Holiday. Where's Doc? Doc, hope everything's going. Oh yeah. We saw him on the members. Just salty. Just like to see some of y'all. I don't know. Maybe I'm being the sergeant major in me in accountability. I hope everyone's all right. When you're not here, I hope you're all right. All right. First sergeant will definitely kick you through the uprights. Yes. I'm telling you, that's a stressful job. Every one of them stressful, even the sword detail, the cake escorts, those are stressful because you want to get it just right, and you rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse, and then game day comes, and there ain't no do-over on game day. But it's very stressful for the first sergeant or sergeant major watching it all, and you can't sit down and ask the producer. If you're putting one on, you're worried about this, and you're checking this, and you're handing arm signals with you come to gunning the adjutant. Is he ready to read the scroll? Is everything in place? And the POW MIA table, is that correct? And you're coming back to music. All of a sudden, the venue said, well, the dance floor, we had to cut it down. And then the screen doesn't work. And are you sure you want to play the video? I'm telling you, all that stuff is for honor, courage, and commitment. Nothing else. It happens, and they're amazing. All right. What up, Jed? Howdy. How many crayons did I eat last week? I lose count, man. I eat so many of them crayons. Late Cookie. Never been a promotion for action. Never been a promotion for actions at a ball. Say again.
Jared said he had 250.
Jared, 250. There you go. Dang it, that's what I should have done on the 10th. Ate 250 crayons. Man. Dang it. All right, next year. Candy over silver. Hey, Cookie, what are you talking about?
I think the paint.
Oh. The paint. Candy over silver. All right. Right, Carl? What's up? Where's Doc? Yeah, there it is. Looking from the producer. Can you put 250 on there?
I tried. That's the max.
Oh, that's the max. She couldn't put 250. Boneless chicken. Yes, sir, Sergeant Major. Don't drop that cake. That's another thing that you don't realize that you should practice when you do rehearsal. If I can give any advice to anybody, and the first sergeant in this crew did it, they were amazing because they practiced everything. You have to practice even. You go through the motions and you say, okay, first line, last line, colors, first note, last note. You got to do a couple all the way through because you never know what could possibly happen. Cutting a cake, scooping it on a plate, actually putting it on a plate and handing it where you're going to stay. All that stuff has got to be carefully coordinated, rehearsed. And it's fun. It really is. As stressful as it is, it's also very, very fun to be a part of it and watch it all come together. I love it when a plan comes together. It's cool. It's fun. Jet, steady diets of Rippets and crayons until I'm Bob Ross. Amen. Rippets. Man, I was never a fan of the Rippets. I like them because it's something other than water when you're in the field or in combat. So definitely. Lay Cookie. Never been a promotion for actions at the ball, but sure, there have been some reductions. Yes. From the producer, next year's kinder kids won't be able to learn their primary colors when all the red crayons are missing. Right. John McJunkin, Sergeant Major, you may be surprised to learn that I was so close to making honor graduate during boot camp. Unfortunately, we still had other recruits left in our platoon. Man, if you were the last recruit in that platoon, I think you could have made it. You could have been the honor grad. Jay, can we just give a shout out to the artist that decorated those cakes? Truly impressive. Here's a little inside scoop about the cakes, but yes, you're right. No? Little inside scoop about the cakes. And depending, the ball we had, the whole cake was real. And I only say that because the larger ones in a venue that does multiple birthday celebrations, like it's say a staff club. Hawaii definitely used to do it. They had a big 3-tier cake. It was huge, decorated, and it was amazing.
What did you see on
Display,
all the display ones?
the big display ones that are just amazing aren't all real cakes. What they do is make 99% of it
Cardboard.
cardboard, and they tier it, and it looks just like a cake. You've seen some.
It's a frosted box.
It's a frosted box, really, and just the corner that you cut is for the cake cutting part, and that's real cake, and it matches the rest. You can't even tell, but that's the part they cut. Boom, boom, boom. 3 pieces. Guest of honor, oldest Marine, youngest Marine. Boom. But they are pretty amazing. Yeah, they are. They put some time and effort for all the right reasons. At a ball one year I put on in Okinawa, we had a ice sculpture. And you can do other things like that. Once you do the official ceremony, according to the Marine Corps manual, you don't deviate from that whatsoever. You can add some stuff. I had dancers one time, bagpipes, one time coming in playing the Marines hymn on bagpipes. If you've never heard that, you got to Google it. It's amazing. Did I have fire breathers? Or we went to a ball that had not fire breathers, but fire dancers. Yeah. So you can do those things and just beef it up even that much more after you follow the protocol. All right. Jed, out for the night. God bless. God bless you, Jed. Thanks for being here, brother. Mike, my son is at ITB Camp Pendleton. 2 Marines have been caught drinking on weekend liberty on base, and 3 others dropped out of humps. He told me he just wants some liberty when nobody messes up. Amen, Mike. Tell him to hang tough and keep doing the right thing. It'll never, Marines have been doing that for 250 years too. There's always one. It always happens. And what your son can do, Mike, and just remind him, what does Big O say? If you always do the right thing, you can never go wrong. So he knows what's right and wrong. And now he's seen it firsthand and sees what will happen to you if you do, and the fact that they're ruining everyone else's liberty. Viewer says, can you tell us about those secret officer mess ceremonies? Well, if I did, it wouldn't be a secret anymore. That's officer stuff. Staff NCOs do their own version. What about those secret officer mess ceremonies? Again, that's the officer stuff.
Does he know something that he could tell us?
Yeah, do you know something about it that you can share with us? As we are all Marines, officers and staff NCOs do have some of their own history and traditions, and I can't tell you about all the staff NCO ones, but NCOs have it, Lance Corporals have it. That's what makes it special. ME Network Officer, where'd it go? Network Operations Warrant Officer. Oh, that's an MOS, 25, 5N, 5 November. Jared, I was commander of Color Guard in our fire department. I play bagpipes, sort of. Wow, I can play about 6 songs. Jared, for real, can you play the Marines hymn? If you haven't learned that one yet, learn that. And you can play it when we all do a ball together one year. Bagpipes are extremely difficult to master. I was not a pipe major, though the school was too expensive. Amazing. I love the bagpipes. I love, and I've seen it a few times, the Marines hymn, Amazing Grace. I remember at a funeral, the bagpipe, just amazing. Very impressed with them. Baron Von Lethal. What a name. If that's your real name, you're lucky. Hi, from Ireland. Thanks for being here, Baron. Thanks for being here, Lethal Era. McJunkin, for some of you that are upset at me for what I say here, let me reassure you, I'm only joking about my own time and experience. I never put another Marine or a person down or made fun of them. Good. Thanks for saying that, John McJunkin. There might be some people who do take your stuff the wrong way, and rest assured, everyone, John McJunkin is an OG, and he can say whatever the hell he wants to say. We got your back, John McJunkin, but good on you. All right. Ramona Crump, how do you salute? Did we talk about saluting yet? The saluting protocol? No, we haven't. And here we go. Thanks, Ramona, for bringing that up. That's one of our topics tonight is saluting protocol. And those you old timers, you'll remember, and this is how you learn it in boot camp. 1, General Order number 10. You salute all officers, colors, and standards not cased. No ifs, ands, or buts. Those are required signatures. Enlisted salutes officers. Junior officers salute senior officers. Colors, the American flag, you salute that. If you're walking on base and the flag is already up, you're walking by it between 6 and 20 paces, you salute that flag. It's on a pole. It's uncased. You salute it. If a vehicle is driving by and has the little flags in front, those are standards. And if they're uncased, you salute those. No ifs, ands, or buts, between 60 and 20 paces. Growing up, however, the base stickers, the decals on vehicles, that's how everyone knew who was an officer, who was enlisted. Enlisted had a red stripe at the bottom, usually said the base name, Camp Pendleton, on a little red stripe. Officers was blue. So you knew right away you could identify as an officer. You would salute that officer in that vehicle. Question arose probably over the time. It looked like the wife driving, so I didn't salute. Well, what if that wife is the officer? You can pretty much tell when it's a dependent kid, 16, 17-year-old kid. That's obvious. But we were told salute the blue sticker. So you would salute the sticker no matter who was driving, just in case, right? Because you didn't know if you didn't know. Spouses were never mandated to be saluted, spouses of an officer. The only other one, civilian, is the President of the United States. He rates a salute. Talked about a short, I think it was with the members, talked about a short I just saw with an Army lieutenant, was talking to the gate guard. The Army lieutenant's like, my wife came through here, so you didn't salute her. And the gate guard said, no, I didn't. No, sir, I didn't. She doesn't rate a salute. He said it tactfully, and it was a skit. But the spouse of the officer doesn't rate a salute. The officer rates the salute. Once they got away with the blue sticker and red sticker on base a couple of decades ago, I think that went out also. You don't salute unless you recognize that individual as an officer. Question came up, the producer and I were discussing it, and this was part of that same skit I saw. The Army guard didn't salute the Army officer because he was in civilian clothes. And I got to hand it to that skit. That was great because Armies, they salute everybody in civilian clothes, sitting down. They do some weird stuff with their salutes. Marines don't. We're fanatical about being Marines. We don't salute uncovered. We don't salute indoors because you don't have a cover on indoors unless you're on duty, you have a duty belt. So there's times other services, Air Force salutes without a cover, salutes in civilian clothes. Again, Marines just don't. Never salute without a cover. Never salute indoors. Just uncovered. You never salute uncovered. But you would salute an officer if he was in civilian clothes and you are in uniform, that you recognize clearly. If you see your battalion commander walking by, or even in PT gear, you stop, you're in uniform. Good morning, sir. Or ma'am. If you're in civilian clothes, you don't salute. If you're uncovered and you recognize an officer, you don't salute. You're in uniform, indoors, no cover. You see an officer for the first time, your salute is coming to the position of attention. Good morning, ma'am. Verbal greeting. It's always followed up by the verbal greeting of the day. So I looked up that because in that skit, the guard kept quoting the Army orders saying, "This is who I salute." And it doesn't say anything about spouses or Army personnel in civilian clothes. So I think it was a message there was, hey, soldiers, read the orders so you know. And so I even read our order again. I haven't read it, obviously, in a long time because I just live in it for so long. But ours is the same way. It tells you who you do salute. It doesn't say who you don't. It doesn't specifically say you don't salute a spouse. You don't salute officers in civilian clothes. But what it does say, just like General Order Number 10, all officers, all colors, and all standards not cased.
See David Bryant's comment?
No, what do you say? At Fort Leavenworth, this from David Bryant. At Fort Leavenworth, we did not salute officers, captain or below. Fort Leavenworth has a staff command college. You'd be saluting all day. Post orders. I like that. There are, every now and then you'll come across an area that's covered, but there'll be a sign, no saluting area. Probably for places just like that, where, can you imagine? Staff command college, hundreds, if not thousands of officers walking by constantly. So that makes sense. Captain and below, right? And they can get over it. They'll get saluted for the rest of their career after that. That's good. I like that.
You see Audie's comment?
Audie, wanted to wish you, Addie, wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I apologize for not tuning into your streams recently. Wanted to wish you a happy Veterans Day and Semper Fi for the 250th. Thank you, brother, and no worries. Join us when you can. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here now, and thank you for the well wishes. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Also, happy birthday and happy Veterans Day. Awesome. Thank you. Viewers, covers on or off in a car or under Thunderdomes. So interesting one about cars, because it does say something in there about being in a vehicle. It says something like, don't salute while you're driving because you need to be paying attention, 10 and 2, hands on your wheels, and it could cause, and that's one of the rules, is when not to salute, when it could cause something, an accident. So obviously be smart about it, but great question, because officers will return a salute if they're in a car and they have their vehicle with their cover on. Here's the rule about wearing covers in vehicles. If it impedes with you wearing it correctly, like if you're tall and it's going to touch the ceiling of your car, you don't wear it. But if you can properly wear your cover in a vehicle, you wear your cover in a vehicle. And I think 99.9% of the Marines, as soon as they get in their vehicle, they take it off. I do. Right? So it's not, I don't know if anyone's ever got in trouble for not wearing your cover in your vehicle, but I know officers do, so they can return a salute, to just out of respect to return a salute to a Marine that does salute them. So little different. One more about the salute. What was I going to say? Indoors, uncovered. There's one exception. Ooh, how about foreign dignitaries? All officers in colors and standards not cased. So would you salute the president of a foreign country? If he or she is our ally, then yes, you can. Yes, you do. It's an officer. Not a president, or the president, yes, but a lieutenant colonel from the Canadian military. So if they're our ally and they're officers, all officers. So those, they rate a salute as well. Foreign dignitaries, I don't know about dignitaries, and again, unless they're military.
What if the Prime Minister shows up?
The Prime Minister? I think I would. Prime Minister. I don't know the rule. If producers saying, what about a Prime Minister? Is that like the president? Though that's equal to a president.
Sure, like Canada, Japan.
Like Canada, eh? Yeah, the Prime Minister of Japan. Yes, so the president rates one. So just because they call it something different.
There's no president of Canada.
What is it?
Prime Minister is the head, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. And here's the kicker to all of it. You can salute whoever you want. It's a show of respect and a sign of a greeting. Really is what it based in. There's different lore from way back, depending on where you study and who has the best research skills. But it dates back to the days of the armor when soldiers wore armor. Which one? Artie, about to sleep because our PLC has training at 04 in the morning. Platoon leader has training at 04 tomorrow morning, but always good to see you. Sir, thank you for being a motivation during my senior year last year. Colette Bolton Donnie, what's up, brother? Semper Fi, get some. Get after that PT. That's who Artie is. All right, put it together now. Get after it. Brother, you got this. Please don't salute North Korean officers, says Mark Hankins. Good tip, Mark. War is a racket. Smedley Butler said that. Yes, he did. What was I just talking about?
Saluting.
What part? What was I saying? Saluting indoors.
Foreign dignitaries.
Foreign dignitaries. Here's what you can do. And bear with me, 2 minutes. I'll tell the story that I was at the Air Force NCO Academy getting ready to graduate. The producer has heard the story before. Part of the ceremony, it was indoors and we were in our dress uniforms, indoors, graduation ceremony. Protocol was to get your diploma, you walk up on stage, salute the general, he salutes you back, shake and you take off. Great, perfect. The general was coming to this staff NCO leadership course, 3 months long. It was pretty intense. I was the only Marine there, 130 something airmen. During the ceremony, you know, we did the rehearsals. I walked up, did a shake and stood up, position attention, said, "Good morning, sir." "Thank you, sir," and stepped off. And that was a rehearsal, so it wasn't the actual general standing there. Came back around, one of the instructors like, "Hey, you know, tomorrow it's going to be the general, so make sure you salute." I was like, good to go, good to go. So when we did our second, he said on the second rehearsal, go ahead and salute, so, you know, we know you got it. So second rehearsal, I walked over, got my cover, and carried it up as I was walking up, and right before I stopped, boom, put my cover on, said, "Good morning, sir." Cut, "Thank you, sir." Boom, walked off. You want me to salute him, I got to have a cover on. So, you know, walked off stage, the same instructor said, "Hey, Marine, you can't wear your cover in there. We're indoors and no one else is wearing their cover. So we don't want you to stand out." I was like, "Technical sergeant. I'm one Marine out of 136 airmen. I already stand out. I got to wear my cover or I can't salute." He's like, "Well, it's a general. You have to salute." I said, "I can't, man. It's not that simple. Marines don't salute without covers. I can't do it." He said, "Well, then you're not walking across stage." I said, "Very well. I don't. This was an experience for me to experiment for me to be here. I don't need to graduate." He's like, "No, you have to because, you know, a Marine going to the course, it was a big deal." So long story short, I called my sergeant major, said, "Sergeant major, what do I do?" And thinking he was going to say, "Hell no, you can bring your butt back to our academy." No way. He's like, "Just salute. What's the big deal?" I was like, "Nope, ain't doing it." So in the meantime, they're all sweating it. All the instructors like, "What do we do? This Marine is being a Marine." So in deep in protocol, and take notes if you want to, deep in protocol, it says in order to avoid a hostile situation, a Marine can return a salute uncovered in order to alleviate an uncomfortable situation, something like that. A Marine can return a salute uncovered. I'm like, all right, I'll return the general's salute. So when the guy printed out and highlighted and said, "Here you go, you can salute." I said, "Yes, it says I can return a salute in order to avoid any undue whatever." He's like, "Well, it's a general. He's not going to salute you first." I said, can I talk to him? Can I talk to him about this? Because I just can't do it. And yes, I'm being over dramatic. I think I would. Looking back now, I probably was. Wasn't that big of a deal, but it was that big of a deal, and it still is today. So finally, graduation. I hid my cover. I was going to put it on last minute. I had all these plans. All my fellow students in my flight were like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" I said, "I don't know, man. I don't know." So came down to it, and I'm telling you, it was a flash. I got tunnel vision. I see the general standing there, nice guy, Air Force general, right? He's a dude. They were saluting, they were shaking and taking, both a salute, no cover, salute, no cover, salute, no cover. I was coming up, step in, and I had a whole gang there, right? All my boys were there, like what's gonna happen? And I'm telling you, it happened so fast. It was like a blink of an eye. But I walked up there, position of attention, said, "Good morning, sir." He said, "Well, good morning, Marine," and just immediately, just automatically, out of habit, he's been saluting for 100 and something airmen already. So he saluted. I was like, oh, like just relief went over my whole body. I said, "Oh, thank you, sir." Took it and walked away. But that's authorized. That's how Marines are fanatical about that. And I'm glad to this day that I stuck to my guns. That's what we do. That's what makes us different. Marines are fanatical. So you can't return one. All right. Let me get caught. What'd you say? So at this ball, I'll let you know another little secret. When I was giving the speech at the end of the ceremony, talking about the Marines and the birthday, this was special because it's 250, so it was easy to talk about the Marine Corps, right? And that speech should be just about the Marine Corps, not you as an individual or whoever's giving that speech. Should be about the Marines and the Marine Corps. Everyone's celebrating. So that's how I kind of started. And I said, because, at the end of the day, look around, we're all Marines here and family members, because Marines are fanatical. And a corporal in the back who was on the sword detail, he stood up and said, "About what?" And yes,
All the old people left.
all the old people laughed.
People don't know.
Yeah, I did coordinate it prior to him going out there, because I was going to say no matter what, but then I was thinking how cool it would be if the Marines are fanatical. I guess the producer could have said it. Yeah, she said, "Pfft." But that was cool. Great ball. John McJunkin, appreciate you, brother. He's a sergeant major. That wasn't you being dramatic. That was you exemplifying the standards we keep. That's what we do. We don't tarnish our standards, our name. I'm telling you, these guys were up in arms. They didn't know what to do, and nor did I. Man, I was a young sergeant. I was like, I can't. No, I was a staff sergeant. It doesn't work. I can't just forget everything I've learned and pretend it doesn't matter to me. I just couldn't. All right. So salute. It's a greeting. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So it dated back from the days of armor. Yes, before the producer interrupted me. When they're on their horseback or just walking in their full set of armor with the shield down, their sword, they're ready to fight. No, you don't know who the enemy is. It was a way to greet each other. So first, once you recognize that it was friend and not foe, they would switch the sword to their left hand, because their right hand typically is your strong hand. So you switch the sword from your strong hand to your weak hand, kind of let them know, hey, we ain't getting ready to fight. And then you lift your visor to say, hey, what's up? Well, it's me. Don't shoot me or don't stab me. And that turned into, I guess, over the years, a salute. That's how you salute. And here we are today. So it's a gesture of just a hello. So you can't salute each other. I know Marines used to get it mixed up all the time with the Navy, the E1, the E3 through 5 as the chicken in the stripes. Bye, girls. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Going to church Wednesday night. So bottom line, you can salute whoever you want. It's just those mandatory ones that all officers and colors and standards not cased ever. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to salute. Randall Knapp, I have dealt with saluting other service officers in similar situations. Totally get it. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was a pivotal point in my career. Not really, but it was. It was interesting. Jared, if we start slacking on little things, it's only a matter of time before we slack on big things. You don't even know. used to go on base?
He needs to go on base.
Oh yeah, Jared, man. If you haven't been on base recently, I'm telling you, it's painful at times because you see some outer regs, mustaches, low regulation.
Oh, here too.
Female hair is out of control, way past their shoulder. Just dirty camis, the no under teeth. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So we're moving back to the right direction. The 80s, right? Secretary of War said, let's get back to the 80s when the military was era. But we definitely need to be tightened up. But you're right. It starts with small things, and that's why the sergeant major, stay off the grass. It's a rule.
You see what a viewer said?
No.
Everyone wants to look like a range coach, and girls got mullets. So true.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, standards clearly have dropped, especially over I'll say last 10 years. Since I retired, they dropped. Not really, but they really have. And especially over the last 4 years prior to right now, we're finally trying to get it back to where it should be. Because it does. It starts little, right? And that goes with anything. You steal a pack of gum when you're a little kid and nothing happens and it's okay, now you're a bank robber. A little dramatic, I get it, but that's how it is in the field. Stay off the grass. It's just a simple rule. You walk on the sidewalk. I was cutting the grass now, but then in combat, you're cutting through somebody's yard and an IED explodes. Again, dramatic comparison, right? Just let me roll my sleeves up a couple of times because I'm hot in the field. That turns into all of a sudden you're not wearing a T-shirt. You cut your sleeves off. It just shaving. Don't get me on that box. But it starts with, well, I shave every other day because we're in the field. No, then you go a week later, now you look like the Army. Just kidding, the Army dogs. All right. Matsui, what's up, Sergeant Major? Let them know. I'm telling you that Marines are fanatical. Jared hasn't been on base since 97. Brother, be careful when you go. You got to put blinders on, right? And don't get me wrong. There's still some error all over. Majority, it's that 10%. It just sticks out even more now, right? Because of where our country has been prior to this year. It's like, really? More? No haircut? It's bad. All right. So I served with a Master Guns in Afghanistan. He has stuff together. I'm telling you, senior enlisted, you can, not all of them, but most staff NCOs, that's when, and that's the thing with the no shave chit, the bumps and the long hair. You don't see that on a Master Guns. You don't see it on senior enlisted or any officers. So why? If Master Guns doesn't have to do it with the shaved chit and a beard and cut forward sides, it's just doing the right thing, forcing yourself to do the right thing and holding to the standard. Toby, damn right. I joined in 84 Strategic Air Command 308 Missile Wing, Titan II silos in Arkansas. Era. 35 years still. Look at Lake Cookie. 35 years later, I still don't walk across the grass. I'm telling you, that muscle memory we're talking about in saluting. You just don't do it. You know what's right and what's wrong. Wizard sleeves make sense. I don't know what a wizard sleeve is, viewer. What is that? Oh, how the Army doesn't that, so you can just pull it down right away. I'm just talking about when Marines get hot in the field, they just flip it one time to let some air go in there. Nope, it's not the standard. Jake Awesome, can you grow facial hair yet? All right. NB SFMF Platoon 1121 PI. They need to get harder at boot camp for these recruits or they're going to end up dead old school works. So true, it really does. And talk about that in boot camp all the time. Has boot camp gotten softer? I think regardless, just with time, it probably has over the years. But it's up to those drill instructors and that individual team of drill instructors to hold the standard. Standards are still there. The SOP is still the same from the 40s. It's up to the drill instructors to hold them to that standard. So boot camp as a whole, I don't think needs to get harder. The drill instructors need to be held to that same standard. But I agree with you. But you'll see, viewer says, but you see them funny sleeves when sleeves up. Yeah, I don't miss with the. Oh, I see a big orange box. Yes. 15 to go. Time flies when you're having a good time. Wow, 15 minutes. Thanks, Carl Green. Appreciate you, brother. All the time. Man. All right. Bob said, was you at an air base? It's also biblical. Randall Knapp. If I can't trust you with small things, then I can or can't trust you with the big things. Standards always matter. Again, I'm telling you, till I'm blue in the face, and you, especially as a sergeant major, you get labeled. All the sergeant major cares about is haircuts and shaves and staying off the grass. Those are the small things that lead into much bigger things. If I can't trust you with not cutting all the fingers off your gloves to look cool like you're weightlifting, it's going to get bigger. You didn't shave this morning? Well, we're getting ready to go to the field. We're going on a patrol. Again, I can't trust you to shave. You know you have to shave every single day. There's one day you can't. What is it going to be later on? I like that, Randall. Biblical. If I can't trust you with small things, I won't be able to trust you with the big things. Amen. Jared, right? And to see fat officers or staff NCOs, cringy. I haven't seen a whole lot. Not staff NCOs or officers, but definitely some younger Marines. Yeah. Lake Cookie said that? Yeah, typically not staff NCOs or officers. Every now and then staff NCOs. Officers don't play, man. I got to hand it to them. They don't fall out of runs. They don't fail PFTs. Normally always have a good haircut, but they don't mess with the standards. I'm telling you that when the enlisted do, I blame the leaders, the staff NCOs, because the staff NCO don't. He's squared away or she's squared away, but why doesn't she get on the younger ones? Right? It's that I don't want to stir the pot. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to, that's BS. Come here, you. All right. All right. Thanks again, Carl, brother. Appreciate you. Sergeant Major from McJunkin. I remember boarding the Big E back in '82. Never in my life did I ever offer so many salutes. Officers, chiefs, petty officers, everywhere. And the Big E, what is that? Viewer says, is the producer the sergeant major wife? Producer, come on over here. Helicopter.
Doc Holiday's not here. That's not happening.
Or yeah, Doc, when you watch this later, she just said, if Doc Holiday's not here, it ain't happening. She ain't getting in front of the camera. But if you're here, you're saying if he's here, all right. Everyone tell Doc, be here Sunday. The producers are going to get on the camera. Lay Cookie had some shitbird gunnies, but never any E8s and E9s. I agree with that. Yeah, had some questionable gunnies, sure. But anything above that, Master E8s or E9s, I can't think of any. And it's, why is that? Again, why you don't see staff NCOs or officers with out of reg mustaches, right? Looking nasty in uniform, falling out of runs. You just don't see it. How you do everything is how you do anything is how you do everything. I like that, Matsui, right? Jared says, every E9 I met, you could cut paper with their creases. Jazz Dragon. What do you think of the JRTC programs? Jazz Dragon. I think every single high school student should be mandatory for all high school students. At least 2 years. 2 years of any JROTC, meaning Army, Air Force, Navy, or Marines. Any JROTC program, they don't just, they're not to teach you, they're not to, no obligation to the military after. So it teaches leadership, responsibility, manners, how to wear a uniform, time management. It teaches all those things. I 100% agree with JROTC programs. Again, I think every high school student should, it should be mandatory 2 years. 4 years, even better. And if you are thinking about joining the military, then it 100% recommend it, all 4 years. And there's benefits to it. 2 successful years get you promoted before you even enlist, right? And it's another stepping stone to get a scholarship, a ROTC scholarship for one of the service academies. So nothing but good comes out of JROTC. Some units better than others. Of course, I'd highly recommend the Marine Corps JROTC, but all of them are good. Viewer, URAH to the Sergeant Major's wife for being his rock at home. If that was a yes, all right. It's a yes, viewer, and absolutely, 100%. Who? Where's OG? What's up, OG? Good to see you. Cartman is here. Oh, did he say something before that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see.
He said she's the head Betty in charge.
Yes, I didn't see that, OG, but she is the head Betty in charge, 100%. Oh, too funny. Viewer says, as far as the constitutional oath, civilians forget that it's enemies, foreign and domestic, and it's not oath to civilians, it's oath to the Constitution. Amen. Especially with a lot of that crazy stuff going on right now, but it is foreign and domestic. Did you know this? I didn't know this about the Marines. I don't even remember how I found it. In 1946, Alcatraz was, the guards were taking over the prison. Did you know this? Oh, no, 1946, they're having a prison break. And
Escape from Alcatraz.
Escape from Alcatraz. I think this was after that, or maybe it was about the same time.
Who he was based on.
The guards were, the inmates were taking over. The guards couldn't handle them. Guards were getting taken out. They called the local police. They went over to the island trying to take them out. Who do you think they called? 2 platoons of infantry Marines went and just squared away the whole island. I was going to make a time up in 24 hours. I don't know how long it took, but there was never a movie specifically about that. But that's just another thing that Marines do on call, foreign and domestic, right? These were Americans in prison. They were getting loose. So who do they call? Not the National Guard. This is prison inmates, and only the worst of the worst go to Alcatraz. So you knew they had to go right to the top. Send the Marines in 2 platoons. So a platoon is about 36 Marines. So about probably less than 100 Marines. Boom. Squared it away. All right. Funk Congress, Okinawa Plate. All right, we miss Okinawa. I love that place. Jared, Betty back in the 80s was slang for a skater girl. This is Miss Sergeant Major have a skateboard. Close, Jared, close. This may come out sometime, but not tonight. OG. Like I said, OG, if you know, you know. All right. Ooh, WW2717. So Major. What?
Mike says skate.
Skate what? I missed it.
He hasn't come up with it for you.
Oh. Did I ever go to the Korean DMZ? Yes, I did. I did have the opportunity to go to the DMZ 2 times. Pretty interesting. Pretty, what's the right word for it? Skate husband. Yeah, maybe. I've been to the DMZ 2 times. I don't remember why we went a second time. I think it was with a different unit. But it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was weird being there, right? Hearing the story. First time was on a tour. That's what it was, is we took it as a tour. We're in civilian clothes. on Liberty one day. Again, don't remember. I think it was at Camp Moojuk or something. We went anyway. It was just weird feeling about being there, right? The line that separated north from south, and the guards, you can see everyone staring at each other, and it was still like, and the guards that we couldn't see. And then second time we went, we did some kind of working party there, so we're all in unit, we're in camis, had our weapons and everything, but we had to leave all the weapons on the trucks when we went to the actual DMZ, the building with the painted line right across, and there was people inside on both sides. And that was eerie. And then we had binos. They let us look up at the guards that, yes, you could see. Just interesting how South Korea they put their flag up. They're building their flag in North Korea, like put their a foot higher, put their flagpole a foot higher just to be, era. But it was interesting. I liked being there. I didn't like the tourism part of it. Like, was a little too loose for me. I just wanted it to be more, because you never know. And you never know, really. All right. Sergeant Major Cece Hawk. I get shred on a skateboard. Last time I got on the skate park, I was trying to show the girls just one little ramp. It went down. I swear I thought I shattered my elbow. And I had to play it off. Luckily, it was cold, so I had a hoodie on, and I didn't want to look at it. I just knew, because I did, one swipe down, boom, landed on my elbow. I didn't want the girls to see what the kind of pain I was in, so I kind of chilled down there for a little bit. I could feel the blood soaking into my sweatshirt. Oh, it was horrible. It's terrible. So no, not that kind of skater at all. All right. V-Train, what is the most effective hand-to-hand combat system for real-life scenarios? I want to be a cop, and I think it would be a good idea to take classes. One of the CCs does jiu-jitsu, right? The Marine CC, we've done, obviously, McMap, and I date way back to combat hits for a little while. Then they change it to, they go from combat hits to McMap training, Marine Corps martial arts training. I think it's very surreal. Mark Hankins, thank you, brother. That's the word I was looking for. It was surreal being at the DMZ. But any, what do they call martial arts? Any discipline, I think would definitely help you being a cop. Another CC, USMC CC is in the police academy right now, and they do some hand-to-hand combat. They're just doing some, I can't remember what she called it, just arrest scenarios. So taking assailants down, like taking them to the ground, cuffing them, all that stuff, because they don't go easy. So I agree with you. Any kind of martial arts.
It's very easy.
It's easy to take somebody down?
Ricky?
Oh, yeah, unless you're on TV. Then it's really, criminals are very cooperative over there, and they put their hands nice and neat. Watch some YouTube videos. That's what you need to watch. So I agree with you 100%. I would take a couple different ones, find out which ones you like. Jiu-jitsu, there's no striking. And as a cop, I guess you probably don't want to have to strike. So it'd be good to know the moves to just submit somebody. But self-defense, McMap is a lot of offensive and defensive. So the Marine Corps martial arts. But any martial arts would be good. All right, Toby, in God we trust, amen. That's above our door right here. You can't see it, but trust me. And we trust in God. Tommy Bell, Semper Fi, brother. What's the best state for retired military? Texas is probably the best. I'm sure there's a couple other good states for it, but Texas, definitely Texas, USMC. Most Marines do one enlistment tops. Yeah, that's a fact. Can you imagine if they were all to stand? We'd look like the Army. We'd have 600,000 instead of. The Marine Corps is not for everybody. It's not a lifestyle for everyone. Those are ones who, And everything happens for a reason, right? They get out for different reasons. All right, last one. Then I might land this helicopter. John McJunkin, Sergeant Major, Madam Producer, Dep Poolee Mom, Mrs. Barrett asks, were you both okay with your daughters leaving for so long for the military, and has your faith helped you stay calm and not worry? Amen. To God be the glory. 100%. It's our faith that kept us to be able to sleep at night and breathe at night, but it's tough. It's tough just when your kids go off to college. Kimi Kokopas, when she went to college, being away for a long time. We were across the sea. We were in Hawaii. She was in California. It's tough. With USMCC going to boot camp, so 13 weeks away from her not being able to communicate, that was tough. But definitely prayers helped. And even now today, I want them all here all the time with me. I want my hands on them at all time. I remember my mom saying, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? And I can't come home that often, but now I know how she feels. I just want all of my kids here all the time in one place. And it's not a reality, but definitely pray on it. And your faith is, you're going to worry no matter what. I still worry. Kid in college, one's in a police academy, one's in Hawaii around. I mean, it's just, you worry about them all the time. But God has her. God has them back. Has their back. All right, everyone, thank you very much. Great show. God bless every single one of you. Thanks for your motivation. We'll see you Sunday. Stay motivated, stay safe, stay aggressive, and happy birthday, Marines. Get after it. Semper Fi, my friends. Hurrah!